As the belt was wrapped around Davlat Boltaev's waist, the symbolism ran deeper than gold and leather. This was validation of his Olympic journey, of his transition to the professional ranks, of his ability to dominate without chaos. The keys to a promised reward were handed over, but the real prize was something heavier: momentum. Back-to-back knockouts on home soil, a fortress established, a warning sent. Boltaev didn't just win a fight, he reinforced a truth the heavyweight division often forgets. Size intimidates, power excites, but precision ends nights. Solomon Adebayo would leave Dushanbe humbled, his aura cracked, reminded that inactivity and impatience are luxuries no heavyweight can afford. For Boltaev, the path forward burned brighter, each performance tightening his grip on relevance, each victory sharpening his reputation as a thinking heavyweight in an era that worships brute force. The crowd roared long after the final bell, not because they witnessed violence, but because they witnessed mastery. This was not a brawl, this was a lesson, and lessons like these travel fast through boxing's underground currents. Future opponents will study this tape and see what happens when timing meets ambition. One punch changed everything, one round rewrote a narrative. And in the heart of Tajikistan, under the weight of expectation, Davlat Boltaev proved that when preparation meets opportunity, the ending is swift, unforgiving, and unforgettable. The opening seconds told a story for those who knew how to listen. Adebayo pressed forward, looking to establish dominance early, throwing with intent rather than accuracy, letting his size speak for him. Boltaev didn't retreat in panic, he adjusted. Small steps, subtle angles, eyes locked not on fists but on patterns. This is where elite boxing separates itself from raw power. Boltaev wasn't looking to win the round, he was looking to collect information. Adebayo rose, but he rose wrong. His legs obeyed the count, not his will. Boltaev advanced with calm brutality, cutting off space, denying recovery, understanding something crucial: heavyweights don't get second chances when precision meets vulnerability. Another right hand pierced through Adebayo's guard, sharper than the first, more decisive. The Nigerian collapsed again, this time without resistance. The referee's count felt ceremonial. This fight was over before it officially ended. The crowd erupted in pure release, years of pride and expectation exploding into sound. The man who had knocked out nearly everyone he'd faced now lay silent on the canvas. Power had failed him. Experience had betrayed him. Ring rust had exacted its price. Boltaev stood over the fallen challenger not with arrogance but with certainty. This was the result of preparation, not emotion. In less than a round, the narrative flipped completely. The feared finisher had become the cautionary tale. KO King had been dethroned by timing, discipline, and a single mistake punished without mercy. As the referee waved it off, Dushanbe celebrated not just a victory, but a confirmation. Their champion was real. Their faith was justified. This wasn't luck. This wasn't momentum. This was inevitability. The IBA Intercontinental title remained where it belonged, and a statement echoed far beyond the arena walls. Heavyweight boxing does not forgive hesitation, no matter how hard you punch. The opening seconds told a story for those who knew how to listen. Adebayo pressed forward, looking to establish dominance early, throwing with intent rather than accuracy, letting his size speak for him. Boltaev didn't retreat in panic, he adjusted. Small steps, subtle angles, eyes locked not on fists but on patterns. This is where elite boxing separates itself from raw power. Boltaev wasn't looking to win the round, he was looking to collect information. Adebayo's shots carried force, but they carried something else too: impatience. Each missed punch fed the crowd, and the crowd fed Boltaev. Timing, always timing. The Nigerian loaded up on the right hand, committing his weight just a touch too heavily, chasing an ending that wasn't there yet. Boltaev felt it, not emotionally, instinctively. The Olympic rounds, the amateur wars, the countless hours of drilling counters under pressure all converged in a single decision. As Adebayo extended, Boltaev didn't step back, he stepped in. The right hand came straight, clean, surgical. No wasted motion, no excess force, just perfect placement. The impact snapped Adebayo's balance and sent him crashing into the corner, confusion replacing confidence in an instant. The arena exploded. The undefeated puncher was down. He beat the count, but the damage wasn't just physical. His eyes betrayed him. He wasn't processing fast enough. Boltaev saw it immediately. There was no celebration, no hesitation, no reckless charge. This was a hunter recognizing wounded prey. The trap had closed, and the ending was already written. The only question left was how quickly it would be enforced. Solomon Adebayo's walk to the ring was measured, confident, almost cold. This was familiar territory for him, the walk of a man who had never needed judges, never relied on scorecards, never wondered what the final bell felt like. His knockouts had always spoken before decisions ever could. Taller by nearly 10 centimeters, physically imposing, Adebayo looked every bit the heavyweight executioner his record suggested. Broad shoulders, heavy hands, a frame built to punish mistakes. Beneath the confidence, there were cracks only seasoned eyes could see. Ring rust doesn't announce itself, it whispers. Timing slips by milliseconds. Distance feels unfamiliar. The body reacts just a fraction slower than the mind commands. Against ordinary opponents, that's survivable. Against elite operators, it's fatal. Adebayo had spent months away from live fire, away from the unforgiving truth of a professional ring. Meanwhile, Boltaev had lived inside it, Olympic pressure, international scrutiny, relentless expectation. As Adebayo stood in his corner, the noise grew louder, more hostile, more suffocating. This wasn't the respectful murmur of neutral fans. This was territorial. Every cheer was a warning. Every chant was a reminder. Visitors don't get mercy here. The referee called them forward. Instructions were given. Gloves touched. And in that moment, the difference between the two men was clear. Adebayo carried belief in his power. Boltaev carried certainty in his preparation. Heavyweight fights are often decided by who lands first, but they are finished by who sees the opening sooner. As the bell prepared to sound, one man planned to impose his will. The other planned to wait, read, and punish. The crowd leaned forward. The air tightened. Somewhere between confidence and consequence, the fight was about to reveal its truth.
On the night of July 22, 2025, Dushanbe was not just hosting a boxing match, it was guarding a reputation. The tennis and water sports palace pulsed with anticipation as thousands packed the arena not to witness a contest, but to defend a national symbol. The IBA Intercontinental Heavyweight Title sat ringside, gleaming under the lights, waiting for a man worthy of carrying it. Across the ring stood Solomon Adebayo of Nigeria, a fighter whose record spoke the language heavyweights fear most: 14 professional fights, 14 wins, 13 knockouts. A 93% KO ratio doesn't suggest danger, it promises it. Adebayo didn't travel to Tajikistan to survive rounds, he arrived to erase another name, but numbers don't tell the full story. This was his first fight in months, a long absence in a division where timing is life and hesitation is death. Still, power like his doesn't vanish overnight, and the belief followed him into the ring like armor. Yet waiting on the opposite side was something no statistic could prepare him for: Davlat Boltaev, Olympic bronze medalist, Asian Games champion, a man shaped by pressure far greater than this moment. This wasn't just another fight on Boltaev's resume, this was home. Every chant carried his name, every flag waved for him. Every breath in the arena seemed synchronized with his heartbeat. The crowd wasn't hopping for victory, they expected dominance. And expectation in boxing is a dangerous thing. One man came armed with knockout power, the other came armed with precision, discipline, and the weight of an entire nation behind him. Only one approach would survive.